Welcome back to the channel. In the world of tennis, we've witnessed countless Cinderella stories, qualifiers making miraculous runs, teenagers toppling titans. But every so often, an event occurs that transcends the sport. An event that rewrites history, shatters glass ceilings, and leaves even the most seasoned pundits scrambling for words. What unfolded over the past fortnight at the hallowed grounds of Wimbledon isn't just a win, it's a paradigm shift. Picture this, a 21-year-old from the Philippines, a nation more renowned for boxing and basketball than grass-court tennis, walking onto center court to face the reigning champion. The pressure was immense. The odds? Astronomical. Yet, what transpired was not just an upset, it was a coronation. She didn't just challenge the queen, she dethroned her. This is the story of Eala, the woman who just changed everything. From the depths of a nation's dreams to the pinnacle of the tennis world, we're going to break down the seismic shockwave that has just hit the sport. We'll explore the tactical masterclass that left a champion bewildered, the mental fortitude that turned a prospect into a superstar, and the historic implications that will be felt for generations. How did she do it, and what happens next for the player who has just sent the entire tennis establishment into a frenzy? We are about to find out. To understand the magnitude of what we witnessed, we must first understand the journey that led Eala to this very moment. Born on May 23, 2005, in Quezon City, Philippines, Eala wasn't just a promising athlete. She was a prodigy carrying the weight of a nation's hope. While Filipino athletes have historically dominated in the ring and on the hardwood, tennis remained an elusive frontier. For decades, the Philippines yearned for a champion to break through on the global stage, and in young Alex, they saw a flicker of possibility. Her journey is a testament to relentless pursuit. At a time when most children are simply enjoying their youth, Eala was honing her craft at the prestigious Rafael Nadal Academy in Mallorca, Spain. This wasn't a leisurely pursuit. It was a calculated investment in a dream. She absorbed the rigorous training, studied the nuances of the game, and developed the resilience required to compete against the best. Her junior career was a stark warning to the world of what was coming. She became the first Filipino player to win a junior Grand Slam singles title at the US Open in 2022. This wasn't just a victory, it was a declaration of intent. She then transitioned to the professional ranks, enduring the grueling grind of the ITF and WTA tours. Early success was fleeting, but the foundation was being laid. Then came 2025, the year the prophecy began to materialize. It was a watershed season for the young star. She compiled a formidable 40-26 win-loss record, climbing from world number 130 to the top 50, finishing the year at a career-high number 50. Her breakthrough came at the Miami Open, a tournament that served as the perfect springboard. As a wild card, she stunned the world by defeating 3 Grand Slam champions in the form of Jelena Ostapenko, Madison Keys, and the then world number 2, Iga Swiatek, in straight sets. She became the first Filipino to beat a top 10 player at a WTA event. This was the first major tremor. In 2026, she continued her ascent, securing her first WTA 125 title in Guadalajara and reaching her first WTA final at Eastbourne. She was no longer just an underdog. She was a rising threat, earning the number 29 seed at Wimbledon and proving that grass was indeed a surface she could dominate. The stage was set for the ultimate test. This wasn't a fluke. It was the culmination of years of sacrifice, a career built on the foundation of her 2025 breakthroughs. She arrived at Wimbledon not as an outsider, but as a player who belonged. When Eala stepped onto center court to face the defending Wimbledon champion, Iga Swiatek, the narrative seemed almost predetermined. Swiatek, the world number 3, was in the midst of a dominant run on grass, having crushed her competition the previous year. The pressure was immense. Eala, as the lone representative of her nation in the tournament, carried the weight of a billion dreams. But rather than being paralyzed by the occasion, she was inspired by it. The match began with an immediate display of confidence from Eala. She refused to be drawn into Swiatek's heavy and relentless pace. Instead, she employed a brilliantly simple yet devastatingly effective tactic. She changed the rhythm. She used annoying slices, delicate drop shots, and looped forehands that disrupted Swiatek's trademark consistency, preventing her from establishing her feared baseline dominance. Eala moved with exceptional defensive skill, counterattacking sharply whenever the world number one left even a sliver of an opening. The first set was a psychological battle that Eala refused to lose. It went to a tense tiebreak, a scenario where champions are supposed to shine. In that moment, the mettle of the young Filipino was put to the ultimate test. Swiatek had set points, opportunities to seize control of the match. But Eala, showing the maturity of a 10-year veteran, saved them all. She kept her nerve, staying aggressive while Swiatek grew increasingly frustrated. In the end, Eala clinched the set 7-6, 11-9, a monumental psychological blow that left the defending champion reeling. The second set was a coronation. With her confidence soaring and Swiatek's game unraveling, Eala was relentless. She dominated the statistical categories, a clear indicator of her superior play. Eala generated 71 break points compared to Swiatek's 27, a staggering statistic that highlights the pressure she applied on every single service game. Equally as crucial was her discipline. She committed only 21 unforced errors, while her opponent, frustrated and forced out of her comfort zone, tallied 44. The narrative was complete. Eala powered through the second set 6-2, sealing a historic victory that silenced the critics and stunned the tennis world. The moment the final ball was struck, the significance of the win was felt not just in the tennis world, but in the soul of a nation. As Eala dropped to her knees on the hallowed center court grass, her eyes welled with tears. She was no longer just a tennis player. She was a national hero. Her victory was a seismic event that transcended sport. In the Philippines, a nation of over 110 million people, the news was greeted with euphoria. President Ferdinand Marcos Jr., who was on a state visit in Canada, took time to personally congratulate her, calling it a day of national celebration. There are days when an entire nation celebrates together. Today is one of those days, he declared, acknowledging her achievement as a source of immense pride and inspiration for young Filipino athletes. The win wasn't just about tennis. It symbolized the country's growing presence and capability on the global stage. For the Philippines, Eala's Wimbledon run represented a historic first. She became the first Filipino in the Open era to advance to the second week of a Grand Slam. She was the first from the country to reach the round of 16. Her victory over Swiatek was a symbolic breaking of barriers, a sign that Filipino athletes could not only compete but conquer in sports that have historically been dominated by Western powers. This victory wasn't just a national story, it was a global one. The international media flocked to cover the Eala story, painting her as a symbol of resilience and the bright future of Asian tennis. For the Philippines, the win was a unifying moment, a chance to rally behind a young woman who had achieved the impossible. When she returned home, she was greeted with a hero's welcome, a testament to the deep impact she had on her homeland. Her run had a profound effect on the nation's psyche, inspiring a new generation of athletes and solidifying her status as a global icon. Even as the celebration reverberated around the world, Eala's Wimbledon dream was not over. Her historic victory over Swiatek set up a monumental round of 16 clash against the 13th seed, Jasmine Paolini of Italy. The dream was no longer just to participate,